A worthy opponent. Our battle will be legendary.
Peaches, 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 peaches. Ah! Oh, yeah! Oh!
Barbie is a motion picture that starts with a crazy scene and ends with a crazy scene. The film, in my opinion, has its own unique style that takes you off guard and makes you wonder and makes you keep guessing about the film, the plot of the film, and where it's going to go. While Barbie itself became a barbaric idea through corruption in the first place, the film doesn't take itself seriously and actually challenges the ideas or ideologies of Barbie, this perfect doll, and actually shows the imperfections of Barbie in quite a dark and sensitive way. That's actually done very well, to my surprise. That's the whole purpose of Ariana Greenblatt's character, and why she's a teenager. She represents a modern-day young teenager and their views in 2023. Fun fact, she was actually Daphne in Disney Channel's Stuck in the Middle. The film isn't afraid to go dark and to show how the actual Barbies feel that they help the feminist movement. And I enjoy seeing the dolls having this perspective because it's how they're sold to the public. You know, Barbie, you can be anything. Barbie's character arc was probably, and I'm not overselling this, one of the best arcs I've seen in a long time. And what I perceive her arc to be is finding out how big and scary the world is, and changes, and finding her flaws that she believes she shouldn't have because she's the perfect stereotypical Barbie, and her coming to terms with that and saying that it's okay and finding her definitive place and, in a sense, taking control of her life. She's taking control of the doll. She's now the player in her life. And that's why her becoming human is so necessary. This journey of self-discovery is given another added layer through Margot Robbie's acting capabilities. Another person who was Ken amazing and stole the whole show was Ryan Gosling as Ken. He was Kenning so hard that I kid you not, I felt the Kenergy radiating from him through my cinema screen. He's so funny, so sweet and charming. He stole every scene he was in. Obviously, Barbie Land is the complete opposite to Human Land, in that in Barbie Land, men are oppressed, and so it's the opposite in the real world. It's a very clever way of showing what it's like in modern day through a fun movie. Ultimately, I'm not a woman and I don't speak for women, so my opinion doesn't really matter at all. My thoughts are based on what I, a male, took away from this film. The only thing that tickled my brain is that when all the Kens take over Barbie Land, it's conveyed to the audience as a bad thing. Why? Because they're men? It just doesn't sit right with me, and then the Barbies take back control and it's seen as this great thing. But we're just back to where the film started. With the exception of stereotypical Barbie, no other Barbie learns anything. I'd expect President Barbie to give both Barbies and Kens equal rights in Barbie Land, but she doesn't, and the Kens have minor rights, like what women used to have. I guess the world wasn't ready for the equal rights in Barbie Land ending. Will Ferrell is hilarious in this flick. The funniest moment from the film is when he throws a security card, and then he realizes, and he grabs his head and he's going, "Oh no, now we'll never get Barbie." His facial expressions are so funny in that. I also love the practical sets. She never really drinks water, the food's 2D and it's stuck in the wall, the car she drives has 2 wheels, the slide goes into the water, and I love all that. And I really appreciate the time and care that went into that, because I think it adds to the movie and it just adds to your experience. I'm Just Ken was my favourite scene ever in all of cinema. It's better than Peaches. I wish we had more Simu and more of a rivalry between him and Gosling's Ken. One of the Kens is actually played by Gravik from Marvel's Secret Invasion. Fun fact again for you there. I felt really bad for Ken because Barbie's actually pretty mean to him. She literally says to him in the film, and I quote, "I don't want you here." Ken was definitely my favourite character in this film, and his arc was good as well, and again, made sense. He takes all the male influence from the real world, puts it into Barbie world, because he's tired of being suppressed as a male in Barbie world, just like how women are tired of being suppressed in the real world. The mum that Barbie's connected to, I found it a bit weird that it was like a 30 or 40-year-old mother. it's just a bit weird for me, but her speech at the end really spoke to me, even though I'm not a woman. The soundtrack, Dance the Night Away, was great. That sequence was really good as well. Ken's range in acting, like Ryan with all the faces, was so funny. When he passes the drink to the graphic Ken on the beat. I love the soundtrack for this film. So look, this film was actually really good. Better than I thought it would be. And I think this will be a film that leaves audiences with a lot of provoking thoughts and questions. So I'm going to give Barbie an A-. Definitely go see it in cinemas with a crowd of members,